Welcome to the Seeds of Discovery podcast, a space for exploring energy, intuition, and the deeper layers within. We're your hosts, Elaine Riley, Beth Blair, and Amanda McCaskill. Together, we guide conversations around Reiki, spirituality, astrology, and the subtle patterns that shape our lives, not as something to fix, but as something to witness, understand, and work in relationship with. This is a space for exploring your inner world, for noticing your patterns, your energy, and your natural rhythms so you can move through life with more awareness, intention, and alignment as you navigate the transitional pathways unfolding within you.
Hello. Hey, Elaine. Here we are sitting in my living room face to face again.
Yeah.
And our friend Fiona's here.
Yeah.
I don't know how long she'll stay right here.
We'll see.
Yeah. But podcast topic today is a big deal.
Yes.
It's a big deal.
I feel like we've been keeping almost like a secret or something, like a sacred seed, we'll call it.
Well, I do think it is a secret seed.
Yeah.
Sacred seed there. Yeah, we're in the process of a rebrand. And it was, we had some root. Let's talk about like how this came out, I think.
Yeah.
Because we put so much love and energy and time into the Reiki for Real Life logo, brand, social. I mean, we developed a logo.
Yeah.
We actually developed a symbol, Reiki symbol for Reiki for Real Life. And so when this nudge of the rebrand came along, it was, what would you say? I don't know. I kind of felt like a kid in the grocery store kicking and screaming, as my mom is pulling me along, like, no, I don't want to do this. Do you know what I just did? Do you know how much time it took me to do that website? And I went through such resistance around letting go of a name. Yeah. Of a brand. So.
And we did. It was, and it still is like our baby, what we nurtured, what we grew over, the past couple of years working together. But the way that energy works and spirit works is when it's time to move on, it's time to move on. And it's not that we're leaving Reiki for Real Life behind. We're growing it into something else because we have evolved and we have grown into so much more. We feel like.
Yeah, I feel like Reiki for Real Life is a tenet of what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a style. It's a way that we live with our energy work, right? It's one of our tools in our tool bag. It's one of the things that is in the center of everything we do, whether it's you doing astrology reads or Akashic records or me doing feng shui and art. The energy is in there. So I feel like it is one of those stepping stones of the work, but it's not the whole picture.
Yeah.
Right. And so this new brand gives possibilities of growing more inwardly and growing more outwardly, as in spreading your roots into the community, expanding the possibilities of topics and learnings and offerings and support for our students and clients.
Yes. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Because we love Reiki and that will always be the foundation, I feel like, of what we do. But there's so much more that we do.
Yeah. And Fiona's getting a little pushy with you there.
Yeah, she's just like, stop petting me.
She just wants some attention. Now she was out on the porch before we hit the record button, but now she's like, okay, Elaine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you tell them what the brand is?
So the new name that we're going to be transitioning over to is Seeds of Discovery. And I don't even remember how that came about. We were just, I think one of the things that we hear a lot in our classes is people find us randomly. They find us when they need to grow, when they are trying to find something bigger, something else, something more. And I really feel like we are the soil that helps other people grow.
Yeah.
And,
Or we give them just a little nugget
Mhm.
that takes them to the next place.
Yeah.
You know, like we want to make the tools, and I'm looking at my notes from, you know, some of the things that we talk about as tenets for where we're going with Seeds of Discovery, because it is using energy work every day. It is using Reiki and feng shui and the Akashic records and astrology, because truthfully, astrology is, guess what? Energy work.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It's working with the planets, the energy of the planets and the placements in your birth chart, natal chart, transits, all of that. So that's really is, you know, I have a note here. It's like brushing your teeth, tending your garden, journaling. That is everyday energy work, everyday Reiki, everyday astrology, every day. Okay. And then it's coming into an understanding. So, like, there is that push pull of spirituality and religion and being comfortable being a spiritual being on a mundane planet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we want to make spirituality accessible and make it personal and make it, let people discover what their path is. Like, you don't have to follow these exact dance steps, like hand positions in Reiki. Okay. I am not dissing hand positions in Reiki. That's how I learned. It's kind of like, massage strokes for me. Like when I was going through massage school, we had to do a specific dance routine to learn the muscles, to learn the feel, the texture. And then once you have that, then how are you choreographing your own life? How are you tilling up the soil? What are you putting in your garden versus what I put in mine?
Yeah. Because what you're planning is different than what I'm planning.
Yeah, because your garden is much spicier than mine with the dog stealing the peppers and stuff like that.
Yeah. Even our dogs like spicy food.
Yeah. So, Seeds of Discovery. Juicy bit.
Yes. I'm very, very excited about this transition. And it was, like you said, it was hard. It was hard because we put so much work into Reiki for real life, but understanding that we're growing from that, not completely overhauling what we were doing.
Right. And we even, like, let's full disclosure, we had a conversation, and it was like almost like an ouch a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it was like we were resisting the work. And so we said, well, we're going to teach the Reiki classes together, and then we're going to go off and do our own little things. And we still are doing our own little things, but it doesn't have the rub that it did when we were like, we're not changing this yet. We're going to keep Reiki for real life in the middle, kind of like, passing it back and forth almost.
Yeah.
And
I feel like instantly we realized that was not no. That's the energy was like, no.
Yeah, no, sorry. No. You've got to come back to this. Keeping it real in my living room, right? We are doing this over time. We're including you in on the conversation, on the journey of development, because we haven't built a new website yet. That will be coming over the next, who knows how much time. So you can still find us, on the web at Reiki for Real Life. We will be transitioning our social media pages and our YouTube channel
and the podcast
to Seeds of Discovery. Simply because we want to plant as many seeds. We are, I see it as that broadcast seed spreader. We're throwing these seeds out there for those who need it. And then you take the bites and the bits and the seeds and you see where they go for you, right? Yeah.
Yeah. We've said this before, we're both Capricorns and we wanted to do it the right way.
Perfectly.
The perfect way. Yes. Have everything rolled up.
Way.
Yes.
The type A way.
Yeah. We wanted to have the website done and the social media and then be like, woohoo, ta-da, guess what? But that's not the way, that's not our path. We just keep getting shown over and over that we need to transition now, not all at once, slowly. And I'm getting chills as I say this. And thank you, Fiona, for confirming that. But yeah, just authentically, because we both have a lot going on and we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. We're neurospicy and we will never get it done if we do it like that.
Right. And then the other thing, building off of the Reiki for real life is we're sharing this transition and growth in real time, in real life, in every day.
Yeah.
And seeds just don't come up overnight completely. Like you don't plant an acorn, an oak seed in the ground and tomorrow expect it to have roots and be a century oak,
Right.
I mean, a century oak, guess what? It takes 100 years. Now, this is not going to take us 100 years. However, it is going to evolve with us. And that's the part of it that I think is so exciting. It's the breadth of it. It has so much more possibility in the seeds of discovery because there are many different kinds of seeds that we can put under this umbrella of this brand of Seeds of Discovery.
Yeah.
Versus Reiki for Real Life kept us in the Reiki lane. Hello, Fiona. Can you get down, please? Kept us in the Reiki lane, and we love Reiki. And we have so much more.
Yeah.
So
it was almost starting to feel constricting, staying in that bubble.
Right.
Not that we don't love Reiki, we do. And it seriously is the foundation of everything we do.
Right.
But there's so much more to it.
There is. There is so much more to it. And I find that as we step into this new brand, it's almost reigniting the people who find us. Like it's almost like they're not sure why they're connecting with us because it's a variety of people.
Oh, yeah.
So they're like, well, I don't really know if I want to take a Reiki class. Well, there's so much more than that. We have evolved our class schedule, meaning like we have weekly offerings.
Yeah.
Can you take that from her and just there you go. Thank you. Because the background noise of a dog chewing a bully cheek is really not the sound effect that I want on Seeds of Discovery here. But the idea that we're offering 2 different Reiki opportunities a month. We offer a Reiki Share, which is like an information. Yeah, you can have Reiki experience or not. And then we have a practitioners meetup. So some level of Reiki, you come, we talk all things Reiki. But then the other 2 nights, Thursday nights, these are all on Thursdays right now. We're offering, I don't know, what do you want to call a variety of
just energy work classes, things that we're inspired by.
Yeah.
Things that we're working on. Because we're constantly learning too. We're constantly growing and constantly teaching.
Right.
We like to share what we're learning, and it could be something new every month.
Right. Yeah.
And it is. So,
and it just plants a seed in someone's journey. Like, so, I think of, let's talk a minute about the Akashic record piece. because it's not that I'm not interested in it, and that's not my lane.
You're right.
You know?
Yeah.
So to have the possibility of learning a little bit about it from someone that I trust and, can share the experience of the learning with me,
Mm-hmm.
kind of can take me into the direction that I need to go, because there's probably a seed in that work that takes me to a place of something that I need to do or study.
Yep.
Kind of thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think too, the piece that I'm working right now, which, I tend to stay in the Asian culture things.
Yeah.
Like I love me some Reiki. I love me some feng shui. I'm working on the Ikigai, the life purpose coaching module, coming back into my coaching realm.
Mm-hmm.
But what I see in all the things that I study are the threads that connect all the pieces back to the divine energy, which is universal life force, which is the definition of Reiki.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes.
I love it. I'm very excited about where we're going and what we're doing. And it just feels more authentic to us, which we preach all the time. Authenticity. And that's what we're coming into. And we're having revelations still about ourselves, about the way we operate, about the way we work with energy, and about our connection to Reiki and everything we do. So I'm smiling so big because I feel like we are authentically stepping into our next chapter.
Right.
And I love that we're sharing it with you guys. It's not hidden behind the curtain or anything like that. And I hope that it inspires all of you to live your authentic, whatever it is, life, chapter, energy.
Well, and the other piece that's really so near and dear to my heart is evolving work in partnership with somebody, which can get a little scary sometimes. It is that piece of vulnerability of watching someone else grow in their work, in their path, in their studies.
Yeah.
And not being afraid to be laughed or, passed on or whatever, but that, as I'm going through my stuff over here in my lane and you're going through yours over there, what we bring together and collaborate on is so beautifully complementary.
Yes.
And, we have students who joke like that we, body change because, sometimes they sound like you and sometimes you sound like me.
Yeah.
But the complement of working with another person on the spiritual path is what I want to invite people into of our classes, because that's really what our offer is. It's come study with us, not from us, but with.
Right.
We're not your guru. We're not your guru.
No.
But we are people, spiritual people on a path.
On a parallel path.
And we're willing to share that with whoever wants to come join and bring what you're studying, because that increases the dynamics of the learning.
Yeah.
We've talked about how our classes are themed, almost like the people who come and take one of our Reiki classes or take one of our, shared classes, they all seem to have this, a common element.
Yes.
That brings them together. And it's kind of like, oh, isn't that interesting?
Yeah. It's so funny. It cracks me up every time. We're like, what is this one going to be about? We've had very, very spicy classes. We've had very introverted classes.
Yeah.
I had a class one time that was all Geminis. Every person in the class was a Gemini. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Or they're from the same place, or they've visited the same place, or lived in,
Yep.
I think there's one class where multiple people had lived in Arizona or something like that, you know, a majority of them. So just random energy links.
Yeah.
That I love.
All right. Is there more we want to share about this? I think the tenets, I think we run through a few of the tenets about where the direction is going.
Mhm.
It's certainly about authenticity.
Yes. Yes. Keeping it real, keeping it authentic.
And finding your authentic self,
Yeah.
right? So it's about your self-development. It's accessible information.
Mhm.
So we are accessible to our students. Like, it's not you come and take a class and then see you later, bye. So we are accessible to our students.
Yes.
And then it's the important thing is the everyday living.
Mhm.
Like, these are practices for every single day. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to overschedule yourself,
Right.
or, you know, chastise yourself for not completing a particular practice every single day.
Mhm.
But it's about developing your spiritual life into the everyday living that is yours. You know,
Mhm.
I had dinner over at Elaine's house this week. Okay. And I loved it. Okay. Totally different energy.
Just a little bit.
Living with 2 Malinois Shepherd mix,
Mhm.
a bunch of chickens, 2 boys with the sleepover.
Yeah. Yeah, we had
Okay.
an extra boy there.
Yep. You know, totally loved it. Okay. Different frequency of energy than coming into my house that it's me and, you know, 2 female animals, a dog and a cat, you know. And so that's the thing. Like, our lifestyles are very different. Our spiritual practices are not identical.
Mhm.
You know, we fit them in where we have to. I work a, 9 to 5 job 4 days a week. Elaine does so much outside of the house, and she's running her own business. She's seeing clients. She's curating incredible crystals. So, like, we're ebbing and flowing and coming together and creating classes and opportunities for people in the self-discovery piece.
Yeah. From different points.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
Different perspectives. That's been our thing from the beginning, is that we both have such different perspectives. We're in different life stages. So we offer this multitude of things together, even though we're both very independent.
Right.
Sometimes too much, but
Yeah.
that's, you know, working with the energy too. We're following that we're supposed to be doing this together. We're supposed to be teaching together. And that even though we do, you know, not fall apart, come apart, then we come back together. We come,
Sometimes we fall apart.
Yeah,
Let's be
sometimes,
honest.
yeah.
You know, that's part of the process is letting those pieces fall,
Mhm.
letting the things fall away.
Yeah.
Like Reiki for real life.
Mhm.
You know, Reiki is still for real life in our world.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But it's falling away, giving opportunity for something else to grow.
Mhm.
And the one piece that does come into play that is touched on in Reiki, it is touched on in a lot of things that we have studied and worked with. But it's the place that people just don't want to go, is the shadow side. I'm going to say, I was going to say the dark side, but then people are going to think like, no, you're not, you're not Darth Vader.
Yeah.
It's not the dark side. It's not, any of the stuff that you would view as bad, but it is your shadow side. It is coming to that place of accepting those parts in yourself that may be dark and twisty.
Yeah.
Mhm. And incorporating them with love and light into who you are, because that is part of your spiritual journey.
Yeah.
Accepting and releasing and growing from those places. Seeds, well, they go under the ground.
Yeah.
They go into the darkness. Okay. And they do a lot of work going down into the dirt before you even see that sprout coming up above the soil, before they come into the light.
Yeah.
That can be a scary process when you do it alone.
Yeah.
But you have to do the work individually.
Yeah.
We all have our shadow work that we have to do.
Yes.
And we continue to do our shadow work. It's not like you can't live without the darkness. Night. I mean, the polarity of it, you have to have, in order to have day,
Yeah.
you have to have night.
Yeah.
The sun has to, the earth has to, Saturn has to,
Yeah.
Mercury has to.
Yeah. Do its dance.
Yeah. So I'm so excited about this.
Me too. Yes.
All right. Anything else you want to add in here?
I don't think so. Just stay tuned. Like I said, we will be transitioning everything over. After we release this podcast is when we're going to start changing socials and podcast names. So yeah, stay tuned and follow along. I'm so excited.
Yay. All right.
All right.
Till next time.
Bye. Thank you for being here with us. Take a moment to notice what resonated, what shifted, what opened, and what might be asking for your attention. This work isn't about having all the answers. It's about learning to witness yourself with curiosity, compassion, and presence as you move through your own transitional pathways. Until next time, stay grounded, stay open, and keep discovering